Kung iniisip mong ang pananakit ng mga kasukasuan ay bahagi lang ng pagtanda, mag-isip kang muli kasangbahay dahil sa buong mundo, nasa mahigit 500 milyong taong nakararanas ng osteoarthritis, isang sakit na patuloy na dumarami at tumaas ng 113% mula noong 1990. At hindi lang ito basta pananakit ng kasukasuan kasangbahay. Ayon sa mga eksperto mula sa World Health Organization, mahigit 300 milyong tao ang nakararanas ng moderate hanggang severe na sintomas ng osteoarthritis, kaya't kailangan nila ng rehabilitation para matulungan silang makabalik sa normal nilang pamumuhay. Ang pinakaapektadong bahagi ng katawan, ang tuhod, na may 365 milyon na tao sa buong mundo ang apektado nito, kasunod ang balakang at kamay. Dahil sa pagtaas ng bilang ng matatandang populasyon, pati na rin ang obesity at injury rates, patuloy pang dadami ang kaso ng osteoarthritis sa mga susunod na taon.
Ayan mga kasangbahay, ang mga facts na napanood natin ngayon ay talaga namang eye-opening. At ang topic na ito ay hindi lamang pang moments, it's something that we need to understand and act on in the long run. Kaya naman para mas ma-explore pa natin ito ng mas malalim at matulungan kayo ng mas mabuti, narito ang ating espesyalista na magdadala ng karagdagang liwanag sa ating topic. Mga kasangbahay, please welcome the one and only Dr. Hannah Monica Soliano, a rheumatologist mula sa Makati Medical Center. Good morning, Doc Hannah, and welcome to Dr. Zon TV.
Good morning, Doc Sarah. Nice to be here and thank you for having me po.
Yeah, and baka gusto yung batiin mo na yung ating mga viewers.
Good morning po sa mga kasangbahay natin and I hope you learn a lot po from today's discussion po on osteoarthritis.
Yes, I'm sure they're looking forward to it, Doktora. Okay, so ito, Doc, unang-una, no, maraming salamat po dahil pinaunlalakan niyo po ang aming imbitasyon. No? Marami tayong matutulungan ng mga kasangbahay.
So, ang osteoarthritis po kasi, ang arthritis by definition means ang pamamaga ng mga kasukasuan. So, marami pong sanhi nito. Ang tanong po ay, ano po ang nagkukos ng klaseng arthritis? So, ang osteoarthritis in particular, related po ito sa degenerative disease. So, habang tumatanda, medyo rumurupok po yung mga kasukasuan natin. May pinagkaiba po ito sa rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease, at may pinagkaiba rin po ito sa gout, which is related po sa uric acid. Magkakaibang klaseng arthritis po yun.
I see. So basically, yung kanina, katulad ng sinabi nyo, may pamamaga ng kasukasuan. Kasi anything that ends with itis is pamamaga.
Yes.
Not, when we say arthro or arthritis, it's basically kasukasuan or joint sa Ingles.
Yes.
Okay, so ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is osteoarthritis na may kinalaman po sa edad.
Yes.
Okay, so yun. So dito tayo, ang tawag natin dito, minsan shortcut is OA, no?
Yes,
Osteoarthritis. Okay, so ito, so na-mention nyo kanina, ang pagkakaiba nito dun sa rheumatoid arthritis, which is autoimmune, ibig sabihin, medyo may paglaban sa sarili, hindi ba?
Yes.
And then, dun sa sinabi nyo din kanina, yung gouty arthritis,
Yes.
so yun naman ay sa uric acid. So, itong osteoarthritis, walang kinalaman yung uric acid dito.
Wala pong kinalaman siya sa uric acid.
Okay.
Kukomplikahin ko lang po ng konti, pwede po silang mag-coexist together.
Mhm.
Magkaiba rin po ang paggagamot nito, pero pwede po silang magkasama. Pero technically, magkaiba po sila. Wala pong kinalaman ng osteoarthritis sa uric acid.
I see. Okay, so basically it's age na malaking risk factor para magkaroon ng osteoarthritis. Pero
Yes.
ano yung mismong problema? Bakit nga pag tumatanda nagkakaroon ng ganitong kondisyon, Doktora?
It's usually related to wear and tear. So, syempre, habang tumatanda po tayo at lagi natin ginagamit yung mga kasukasuan natin, nagkakaroon po ng wear and tear. So, medyo, for lack of a better term, parang kinakalawang po yung mga kasukasuan
yeah.
natin. Osteoarthritis in particular is related to weight-bearing joints. So, usually, ang tuhod po ang apektado
Tinatamaan.
at pati po yung likod. Sometimes, it can also affect the hands, pero it's quite rare also, but it can also affect po yung hands.
So ito, Doktora, does it mean na parehong kaliwa kanan apektado ba?
Most of the time, yes. But there are some cases that one joint is more affected po than the other. So, paminsan, patients will come in, masakit po yung kanan compared po sa kaliwa. Tapos pag ine-x-ray, mas nakikita na mas apektado po yung kanan kaysa po sa kaliwa.
I see. So, parang does it mean ba na, kasi di ba syempre pag tumanda, parang for the past years, minsan may mga activities o aktibidades ang isang pasyente, di ba? Okay, habang So, does it mean na pwedeng, kasi sabi nyo kanina, wear and tear, di ba? Ang katawan kasi natin parang makina. Pag ginagamit mo ng ginagamit, so medyo lumuluma siya, di ba? So, dumurupok, okay? So, does it mean may kinalaman din yung mga dating activities kung bakit pwedeng kaya mas predispose yung isang side kumpara sa isa?
Yes, it can accelerate yung pagka-osteoarthritis mo ng isang joint, a lot of activities. Pero part rin po kasi ng pag-manage ng osteoarthritis is to actually still continue daily activities and to still continue exercises and resistance training po.
I see. Okay, sa mga pasyente po ba na, kunyari may sumasakit na kasukasuan, say for example, yung kanang tuhod, so ano yung parang pwede nilang bantayan para maisip nyo, naku, teka, baka osteoarthritis na to?
Well, of course, syempre, number one, if you're of a certain age, medyo baka kailangan nating tanggapin na baka may osteoarthritis na po tayo. And that's okay. It's a gift to grow old. Pero ang next na i-check rin po is yung pamamaga po ng kasukasuan. Namamaga po ba? Nag-iiba ba ng kulay? Is it turning red? Mainit po ba? A lot of complaints that we get is parang may lagnat yung tuhod. So those are things that I think dapat pumunta na po sa doktor to have it double-checked rin po.
I see. And since you mentioned that this is really age-related, usually mga anong dekada yan na parang, teka muna, ito, like kasi for example, ako, I'm in my 40s, pag sumakit yung kasukasuan ko, does it mean na it's possibly an osteoarthritis that I have?
Strictly by definition, actually, osteoarthritis, later stages, so we're thinking 50s, 60s, but there's also such thing as early onset osteoarthritis. So we do have some patients in their 40s, and then when we check the x-rays, medyo lumiliit na rin po talaga yung mga joint spaces. Also, for patients with parents na may osteoarthritis, they usually tend to develop osteoarthritis earlier po in life.
So, merong genetic predisposition.
Yes.
So, naku, makasambahay pag ang ating mga magulang, okay, kahit isa dyan, ay nagkaroon, naku, there's a possibility na magkaroon din. Okay? And, Doktora, since you mentioned that usually the joints which are affected by osteoarthritis would be the weight-bearing ones, so does it mean na pwedeng mas maaga din dumating kapag medyo nasa heavier side?
Yes. Weight management is a big part of managing osteoarthritis. So, ang pag-maintain ng tamang timbang is actually very beneficial po for patients with osteoarthritis and in general po for overall well-being.
I see. So, sa experience nyo, Doktora, yung mga mas maagang nagkaroon ng osteoarthritis who are actually rather nasa heavier side, mga anong age bracket nag-uumpisa?
40s, to be honest. At the age of mga 40s, medyo doon tayo nagsastart. Also, that's technically around the age that we also have slower metabolism.
Yeah.
We get tired a bit more. We're busier also with our careers or with our other activities. Medyo napapabayaan yung sarili. So this is also a reminder to really take time to take care po of ourselves, our weight, and just our overall health. So, ang napapansin ko rin, if medyo mabigat po ang timbang, they also benefit from treatment less ng konti. So, weight management po, it's a big part of managing
Saka mas
osteoarthritis.
comfortable ang life ngayon kasi, no?
Yes,
Everything,
yes.
dati, kunyari, magko-commute ka, malayo, lalakad ka pa dun sa kabilang kanto. Now, sa isang click sa telepono mo, sa cellphone mo, ayan na, magpapark sa'yo sa harapan mo yung mga, transport services, di ba?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so that's why parang mas less na yung ating activities, no?
Yes, opo.
Okay, and kanina, good that you mentioned about yung sa lifestyle, Doktora. Okay, so basically may mga home remedies ba o kaya may mga lifestyle modification na pwedeng gawin para makatulong po para dito sa mga may condition na osteoarthritis?
So, for patients with osteoarthritis already, aerobic exercises are advised but low impact po. So, actually, mga water aerobics, that's actually something good just to offset the pressure or the weight po sa knees. And then things like Tai Chi is actually recommended, light yoga, walking is actually recommended, pero ideally on flat surfaces para wala pong masyadong stress also on the knees. We also recommend resistance training. Ideally, honestly, the best would still be guided po by a professional. But if these are things that we can't do or parang di po masyado nating afford kasi medyo mahal rin po ang physical therapy, at least at home, marami rin pong mga videos on YouTube, but I would recommend na maghanap po kayo ng kasing edad nyo sa napapanood nyo para safe rin po. And then, of course, safety first pa rin po sa bahay. At least may bantay, may nagbabantay po sa inyo.
Kahit sa ang sakit, di ba, it's important that we do early diagnosis. Dito ba sa osteoarthritis, does that hold through also?
Ideally, yes. So, dito sa Pilipinas kasi we really have a culture of being matiisin about our pain. So, sana we sort of try to get help pag medyo may nararamdaman na po tayo. Even just a consult, even just a simple x-ray po kasi will give us an idea kung kamusta po yung mga kasukasuan natin. For example, the knees. If we take an x-ray now, baseline, we can check na parang, okay, medyo okay pa po tayo ngayon. Obserbahan natin, let's do some simple pain management. Tapos balik rin po kayo the next time you feel something. Tapos usually over the years, nakikita po namin, that's when medyo, ayan, nagsastart na pong numinipis po yung joint spaces. So, but as much as possible, if we can manage it early, then we can, yun nga, weight management, physical exercise, maybe watch rin what we eat. And again, this has long-term benefits rin po, not just for osteoarthritis, pero for overall health.
Okay, so in the event na nagpunta na sa inyo yung pasyente and you're giving a treatment plan already, no? So, doktora, ito ba kaya pang ma-reverse o kaya maibalik dun sa mas maayos na kondisyon yung kasukasuan? Or basically, pagpigil lang ng pag-progress o paglala ng sakit?
Yes, basically, it's just a lot of delaying treatment. What I tell nga my patients is, maganda po sanang gawin is pabatain kita ulit, pero hindi ko po yun magagawa. So, it's just more about delaying and giving patients also realistic expectations po about osteoarthritis. Kasi, because it's related to age, we can't do much about that part.
Yeah, that's inevitable, okay? So, ito doktora, so basically, it's pain management majority pag sa osteoarthritis.
Mostly, yes. If you reach severe osteoarthritis, ang ending po talaga niyan actually is total knee replacement or surgery. But a lot of patients, syempre when they're of a certain age, either mahirap i-clear or sila mismo, they might not be too keen about having surgery done. So there are other things naman po, like there are joint supplements, have been a bit widely used now in the market. There's also hyaluronic acid injections, there's also PRP. There are a lot of options rin po actually. But also in relation to pain management po kasi pain is basically biopsychosocial. So there's the biological part of it, which is their physical aspects, the anatomy. Social, syempre po yung support that they get from the community. And then psychological, how we perceive pain, which is mainly affected by culture, yung kultura natin dito sa Pilipinas. And syempre sa kinalakihan natin, again, matiisin po ang
Mga
Pilipino. So they tend to come pag medyo mahirap na siyang gamutin. So I would really like to encourage everyone. Hindi naman sa lahat na lang, hindi, it's not that na every ache and pain punta na po agad sa doktor. Pero pag medyo nararamdaman nyo medyo iba na, hindi na kayo nakakatulog dahil sa sakit, medyo too late na ngayon, nag-iiba na yung anyo ng tuhod. But if may nararamdaman na po kayo, please go see a doctor or please seek some help.
Oo nga, para at least mapigilan natin yung paglala.
Yes.
O ito na lang, doktora, paano ba maiwasan magka-osteoarthritis na lang? Para siguro parang, kasi di ba hindi natin mapipigilan, ay paglala lang talaga eh. I mean, ito somehow, paano ba aalagaan yung kasukasuan? Just so, indirectly, actually, you can actually prevent having osteoarthritis.
Well, number one is, again, weight management. Babalik po talaga tayo dun sa weight management. I know masarap kumain, pero again, mas marami benefits po ang everything in moderation, number one. Number two, physical exercise po talaga is also very much recommended. If we cannot do anything about the bones or the joints in particular, we can do something about the structures around po the joints, like our muscles, our ligaments, and our tendons. So, physical exercise is a good trigger po kasi it's a good stimulation for your muscles to develop into stronger structures so that they can support po the joint that is already kinakalawang.
I see. Okay, and aside from that, doktora, baka meron kayong message na gustong iwan sa ating mga viewers?
So again, good morning po everyone. And again, thank you so much for the time for listening to us today. Ang gusto ko lang po sabihin is if may nararamdaman na pong sakit sa mga kasukasuan, may namamaga, di na po nakakatulog dahil sa sakit, punta na po tayo sa doktor. Everything in moderation pa rin po is the best advice we can give. Everything in moderation sa kinakain. And yun nga po, please don't be afraid to seek some help and some consultation.